Have you ever seen, or did you ever see growing up, your black grandmother eat tacos? This was a very interesting discussion thread on not only Twitter, but also on TikTok. It made me think and wonder real hard. I was like, you know what? I was fairly close to both of my grandmothers, both my maternal and paternal grandmothers when I was young, right before they both passed away. And no, no, I don't recall ever seeing either one of them ever cook a taco, prepare a taco. I don't remember them speaking about tacos. And it just got me thinking, right? The wheels in my brain started turning. And I was like, oh my goodness, I may be a part of the first, no, maybe the second generation. Because my mom, she's, a 70s baby. I'm pretty sure she grew up eating tacos, right? Because I mean, Taco Bell was like all the rage in the 80s and 90s. So I may be the second generation to like be culturally removed from my African American heritage, like say prior to like the 1970s and 1960s. Now, growing up, right, my paternal grandmother, but first, you know what, my maternal grandmother, I don't really remember eating or cooking with her that much. I just don't. But my paternal grandmother, my father's mother, I actually lived with her like a year or some change. My mom went away to the army, and I remember because again, like it was like a ritual. I remember her cooking fried chicken, fried fish, like catfish, mustard catfish, eating corn on the cob, um, just vegetables, string beans and things. But she always like loved to cook spaghetti. Now, growing up, she would always watch The Godfather, like all of them, all the movies, The Godfather. And like it's a popular like running gag. Like African Americans, Black people in America, we eat more spaghetti than the Italians, and it's true. Like growing up, I don't know if it was because of The Godfather, but I remember as a 5, 6 year old little girl, Godfather is playing in the background, and she in the kitchen cooking spaghetti and frying chicken. And like that was like a ritual. Like she would cook fried chicken and spaghetti together at least once per week. I remember this as a kid, and we'd be watching The Godfather. I remember in her house. I remember always watching The Godfather and Space Jams. Again, it just goes back to show you, like again, like culture changes over time. If you stay somewhere long enough, if you move away from a place and like you are the minority, even if you're the majority, you're gonna find that over time things change. The way you think change. Not always, but some in most cases, something about you is gonna change, right? Let's say that you move from Arizona to say like the Midwest, and like in Arizona it's hot all the time. I say like you never put up a Christmas tree or Christmas decorations. Now that you're like in a snowy, more cold place, and like they love Christmas, like Christmas is all the rage. All of a sudden, you find yourself like becoming more and more pressured and more convinced that like what, I think I may need to buy a Christmas tree. I think I may need to buy or put up some Christmas lights around the house. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just things like that. But again, like even like my mom's age parents, like some of them, not all, but a majority of them, they kind of look at us strange. Like, but the black people of my age bracket, I say 35 and below, maybe 30 and below, when we go out to eat sushi, they be looking at us like, why are y'all eating sushi? When you got candied yams, collard greens, neck bones, pig's feet chitlins, like hell, macaroni and cheese, all this good food exists. What y'all doing eating? You eating, California and rolls and Spider-Man rolls, crab ragoon. And they grew up on Chinese food. They'd be like, sushi? Y'all eating raw fish? They're like, what is wrong with these young black people of your generation? Like, they're like, we can't believe like how much we've assimilated, if that's even the correct term. But I mean, even like nowadays, they said that for the first time in history, especially with Gen Zers, Mexican food has taken precedence. Okay, it's become more popular than Italian food. And it was like it's because like it's cheaper, it's easy to get on the street. What is those burrito tacos or something like that? Barista tacos, where it looks like you're dipping the tacos in like a jar of gasoline, but it's so good. I had it a couple times, and it's like yeah, you can go to the street, go outside the club. I remember when I was like in Denver partying for Christmas. We went out the side of this club called the Church, and right there was a taco man and a street vendor. It's easier to grab a taco on the street than it is to get like a plate of spaghetti. You know what I'm saying? So again, like things just change over time. But it is very interesting that, like, a lot of people in that Twitter and TikTok thread, the videos are like, yeah, my grandmother, neither of them, I never heard them say taco. They never mentioned a taco to me. But us as black people, the 30 and below crew, we eat tacos all the time. That's why Taco Tuesday is literally like a holiday. Like, tacos is all we know. Again, like, this is just a quick video, just, a random thought that I had about how culture changes over time and how, as black people, it's very interesting. If you just look at, as an African American, just look at the people in your family, your mothers, your grandfathers, your grandfathers, your fathers. Look at how they act, how they talk, how they dress, how they walk, even their accents. Have you noticed this is a difference? I have. It's a huge difference. Even looking at my mom's siblings, my dad's siblings, the words they say, the things that was cool back then, the slang that they used, even down to their diets and like lifestyle, career choices, things have changed. It's not the same at all for us millennials and Gen Zers when it comes to the Generation X, the baby boomers, those generations. We have evolved.